So here we are writing the data into one object and reading the data into another object. Okay, so now the question is, can we write the data of multiple objects into the same file and then afterwards read all those objects? For example, if you want to store the data of 3 students one by one, and then you want to read the data stored for all of those 3 students. Okay, so we can definitely do that, and let us make some changes in this file only so that it can handle the multiple records. So first of all, let me erase this main function. We will rewrite it. So this class is okay. Class student contains 2 data members, roll number and name, and it contains 2 functions, get data and display. Okay, so in the main function, let us first open this file in So first of all, we will open the file in the main function. So here I will use IOStream because I want to open the file in both input and output modes. Okay, so if we want to open the file in output mode, we use OStream. If we want to open the file in input mode, we use iStream. Now we want both, so we will use IOStream. And let us create an object for this, say IO, and then here I will write the name of the file, say test6.dat, and here I will write the mode in which I want to open. I want to open this in binary mode, and also I want to open it in input as well as output mode. I want both the modes. So if you want to open in input mode, you can use this flag iOS in, then iOS out if you want to open it in output mode, and also I want to open it in append mode, so that the whenever I write a new data, it is appended, means it is added at the end. Okay, if I do not use append mode, the previous data will be erased and new data will be written. Okay, so this is very important to use the append mode if you do not want to overwrite the existing data. Okay, so here we have opened the file, and now let us create an object. Should we create the object here? Okay, first of all, let us use the while uh, instead of while loop, we can use a do loop here. Do, and here create an object of class student s, and then io dot. Okay, so an object is created. Now we want to enter the data into this object. So s, first let us display a message, enter data for the student \n. Okay, so, and then s dot get data, the data will be entered. Now we want to write this data onto the file. So io dot write, and here reinterpret cast char star, and what is the object whose address we want to pass? S. And then what is the size of that object? Size of S. Okay, and after that we will display a message, cout do you want to enter another record, yes or no. Okay, and the user will enter a character which will store in ch. So let us create declare ch here. Okay, and here let us put the condition while ch is equal to capital Y or ch is equal to small y. Okay, so you can enter as many records as you want using this do while loop. Okay, and after the while loop ends, what should we do? We want to read that data. Okay, so now we want to read that data. So do we need to close this file and then reopen it? No, we do not need to do that, because this file is already open in input output mode. We can perform both the input as well as output without closing and reopening the stream. Okay, and but we need to read the data from the beginning. So what to do for that? We need to go to the beginning. Okay, the currently we are at the end of the file. Why? Because every time we append a record, we write that record and move at the end of the file, and write another record, move at the end of the file, write another record and move at the end of the file. Now for reading, we want to start from the beginning of the file. So how to go to the beginning of the file? For that, we will use io dot seek g ios beginning. So it means that we are moving the pointer. Actually there are two types of pointers, the get pointer and the put pointer. The get pointer is used for reading. Whenever we want to read the data, we will use the get pointer, and whenever we want to write the data, we will use the put pointer. Okay, so now we want to move the get pointer to the beginning of the file. So this is done using this function seek g. Seek g means we will move the get pointer, g for get pointer, and if we want to move that put pointer, then we will write seek p, but we do not need to do that. We will write seek g, and in the comments we will write where we want to move that pointer. So here we can write ios then dot colon beginning. Okay, or you can also write ios seek g 0. 0 means at the 0th byte of this file. Okay, so both are valid, so you can use any one. Now we have moved to the beginning of the file, and then we will start reading the file. So how many records are there, we do not know. So what should we write here so that we stop when we reach the end of the file? For that we will use while io dot end of file is not reached. That is while not io dot end of file. And inside this loop we will read the data. Okay, so let us create a student object, student s, then s dot read. Here reinterpret cast char star and address of s, then size of s. Okay, so we have created an object of class student. We have read the first record into s. Okay, then let us call s dot display to display what we have read. Okay, and then if the end of the file has reached, this loop will stop, otherwise this loop will run again, and it will keep on doing so until it reaches the end of the file. And so after the completion of this loop, we can close the stream io dot close. Okay, so let us run it now. There is an error here. There is no matching function call to standard basic IOStream open mode. Okay, so there is problem in this mode here. So I think instead of opening the file here, okay, so let us just create the stream here. Then using the open function, we can specify the mode in which we want to open test6.dat. Okay, I think it should run now. Again, there is a problem. IOST. Let us change the name. And here also we will use IOST.read. IOST.close. It is IOStream. Okay. So I think we have to use fstream, file stream, input stream, output stream, and file stream. Let's run it. Okay, now it is working fine, except this. Okay, so enter data for the first student. 1 John. Another record, yes. Roll number 2, let it be another record, 3. Okay, no. So we have placed 3 records in the file, and then we are reading all those records. So this is how it is giving us the output. Roll number 1, John, number 2, number 3. I think there is a problem here. Roll number 3, name. Okay, so there is a problem here. I think we are reading it. We are reading even if we reach the end of the file. Okay, so what we can do here is, let us remove, copy this and place it here. So we read the first record, and if this is the file is empty, then instead of reading the record, it will read an end of file. So already we have reached the end of file, so while loop will not run and the file stream will be closed. And then if it reads one record, then this while condition will be true. So end of file is not reached. So what we will do, we will first we have to create student object here, student s. Okay, so we do not need student s here. So what we will do, we will display that data s dot display. Okay, after displaying, we will read the next record, and if the next record is end of file, this loop will stop, otherwise it will display and it will keep on happening. Okay, now let us run it. Row number 1, John. Row number another record, yes. Row number 2, name Andrew. Another record, yes. Row number 3, name Stephen. Another record, no. So now it is, I think, it is reading correctly or not. Row number 1, John. Row number 2, Andrew. Row number 3, Calvin. And then again row number 1. Okay, so we were actually, it is reading the data. We were actually appending the new data to the file. Row number 1, step. Row number 2, Stephen. Okay, so instead of writing the data to test 6, let us create test 7. Let us again run it. 1, John, yes. 2, Andrew, yes. 3, Steve. No, there is a problem. So let us cut it and declare a global object as here. Also remove s from here. So okay, let us run it. So now it is working fine. Okay, let us enter some more records here. Enter your roll number 3, Steve, yes. Roll number 4, Stephen. Another record, no. Okay, so earlier I entered 2 records for John and Andrew, and then when I again run this program, I appended, because the file is open in append mode. So we are not removing or deleting the existing data, we are appending the new data. Okay, so I entered 2 more records, 3 Steve and 4 Stephen. Okay, and then when we are reading, we do not know how many records are there. We will read until we reach the end of the file. So it is reading all the records. Roll number 1, John. 2, Andrew. 3, Steve. And 4, Stephen. Okay, so this is how we can read and write multiple objects using the functions read and write.